What's going on, everybody? It's Carnell Tyus, and you are watching Living Paralyzed.
What you know about laying in the hospital, bullet in your spine, not knowing what's going on. Doctor coming in with a clipboard and a frown on his face, looking like a nigga did something wrong. What's going on, doc? Tell me what's wrong. I can't move my legs, tell me what the fuck's going on. I hear people in the background crying, oh shit, that's my fam, doc. Tell me what the fuck went wrong.
Thank you for coming back. I received a lot of great feedback from the first video I had put out. If you haven't seen it, you will see, you can click the little link somewhere. I'm gonna put it at the end of the video. You can check it out, about my life story, about how I became paralyzed and how I'm living. But I just wanted to touch back on where I left off at. The doctor actually told me, like, there's a possibility that you can be paralyzed for the rest of your life, or you can come out of being paralyzed. It's just all up to my body or whatever. And getting that information killed my spirit, because I was like, what if I don't? And at the time, like, I was weak. I was very weak. I couldn't even lift a water bottle. Couldn't sign papers. Couldn't lift a 10-pound weight. None of that. Weak. Like, I was weak to the point where, like, I felt like nothing was possible. The doctor like, okay, we're gonna put you through therapy. Okay, I'm going through therapy. I'm gonna go through therapy. All right, whatever. End up going through therapy. It just felt like I wasn't getting stronger. I was going day to day. Just wasn't getting stronger, and I just kind of gave up, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And ended up getting depressed to the point where, like, I didn't even want people around. You know, people would come visit, and I would be like, you know, doctor, nurse, I don't want any visitors. So they'd tell the people that came, like, you know, he doesn't want to be around people right now. You know, it was difficult. But I did have family support. And it's crazy because, like, a lot of I had family support, and then I had friends support temporarily, because when I got my injury, people was coming around, but not everybody. You know, my mother was coming, my brother, my little brother, my little sister. My oldest brother was in jail. He didn't even know what happened to me at the time until he was, like, almost out of jail. But I was getting support, and everybody just stopped coming. Like, you know, when I did allow people to come back, people just stopped showing up. I heard from nobody. Like, I'll call, be like, what's going on? Oh, I'm coming up to see you. No one shows up, no one. And it's crazy because I used to be around 50, 60 people a day, and haven't spoke to or seen them since. It's crazy that, you know what I'm saying, you will call somebody your partner, your homie, or whatever, and out of the blue, when something happened to you, it's like, I don't know that guy. And yeah, I just put up with it, you know, long time, couple years, just dealing with it. It was like, you know, it was the norm. But fast forward, I actually got out of the hospital, did the therapy. I actually ended up getting stronger going through the therapy that the doctor put me through. I actually was able to start lifting 15 pounds. So that just goes to show, like, no matter what you go through, if you think you can't do it, but you keep doing it, and it's something that you really want, you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and eventually you will get it. It took that. And I ended up gaining my strength back, get out of the hospital, go home. I'm home chilling. The next day, I decide, like, hey, I want to go outside. I'm about to go downtown to Tower City or something. So I get outside, and I look around. Like, everything feels different. Everything just feels weird. Then I started, like, smelling the air or whatever. And out of the blue, I just went blind. Like, I just went blank. My eyes just shut down. Like, it was pitch black. I seen nothing. Don't know what's going on. Ended up having to go back to the hospital. Doctors checked me out. They like, we don't see what caused this. Your spine is fractured, so that may have something to do with it, but they wasn't sure why it went blind. It was scary. So just imagine like already being paralyzed and having to become blind out of the blue, you know. And another thing, I didn't mention this in the beginning of the story as well. After I got out of surgery, when I first got shot or whatever, they never was able to take the bullet out of my back, so the bullet is still lodged in my spine. It's kind of dangerous for them to take it out because they would have to worry about me bleeding and having to try to stop the bleeding, or they can pull the bullet out and it can fracture the spine some more and it can actually paralyze the rest of my body. And I was like, I don't want that. And it's not something that they wanted to do. They didn't want to sacrifice that. So it's a crazy life story, you know. But after all of that, I get out. After I go through the little blind stage, a couple of days pass, and I'm like, you know, I'm in the house, it's bored. I end up going back on the same street where I got shot. And it was things happening, and I'm looking around like, what am I doing? I just went through a tragic situation right across the street from where I'm at, and I'm back here. So I'm looking around at all the people, and I'm just like, you know, this isn't my lifestyle. This isn't me. Like, it's nothing good like that comes from the streets. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was part of it. I used to be on a corner on 44th and Clark at this little corner store selling weed, little stingy bags of weed, just stingy sacks that you can purchase for like $2.50. Out robbing people, kicking doors, doing stuff like that, just stupid stuff that made no sense at all whatsoever. And with doing those things, put me in the situation that I'm in today. Trying to prove a point to some people that didn't even care. Because when I got shot, no one showed up. No one. Is you live and you learn, you know? I was no angel, I admit that. But I'm mature now. And now that I see a lot of these younger dudes putting themselves in that position, when I see them, I just look like, dude, you look stupid. I was looked at stupid and wasn't realizing what I was doing was stupid. So if it's anybody out there that's watching this, or you got family members that's in the street life, let them know being paralyzed is not no game. Everything you do is completely different. The way you use the bathroom, the way you get dressed, the way you have to wash up, the way you cook, everything is different. And being paralyzed, just levels to being paralyzed. I was in the hospital with people that was injury that was so high that they couldn't even use their arms. They controlling their wheelchair with their mouth. Being paralyzed is the worst thing ever. If I can go back and rewind time, I'll be the brightest person in the world. Bad would not be in my vocabulary. It was actually hard for me to make this. It took 4 years. I wanted to do it, but I was scared. I was like, I don't want people to know what I go through. But for me not to do this, I felt like it was selfish. It was selfish of me not to put this out, to put this word in somebody's ear. I'm not nothing special. I'm still on the come up stage. but I felt like I needed to just start doing this before something bad happens to somebody else.
What you know about laying in the hospital, bullet in your spine, not knowing what's going on. Doctor coming in with a clipboard and a frown on his face, looking like a nigga did something wrong. What's going on, doc? Tell me what's wrong. I can't move my legs, tell me what the fuck's going on. I hear people in the background crying, oh shit, this my fam, doc, tell me what the fuck went wrong.